All right. Yes.
Totally just dropped my phone.
Yes, sir. This is gonna be a great story that I tell you. King, are you ready for the story? Are you ready for the story?
He already told me the story, but I just had to come here personally to.
All right. I think the only reason why you really showed up is for this story.
I did. Yeah, exactly.
I think, okay. What?
And also to plug in the PP, obviously.
Of course.
As I should.
The PP. All right, so I had a question earlier, and it was, what is the YC's curse word? Like, a YN's cuss word is going to be MF. Like, so what's a YC's cuss word? I feel like it's SOB. I feel like y'all are going to SOB somebody real quick.
Son of a bitch. You say MF with the There's a motherfucker and then the motherfucker.
Whoa. Angie, E's and ERs. E's and E. We haven't got that far yet.
Right?
Yeah, whoa. Touchy subject.
I'm so glad we're not on TikTok, by the way.
Touchy subject. I can't turn this off.
Can't even have a clean insult without getting banned on there.
You got banned again?
Well, not again, just the comments. I can't tell a guy he's ugly, so.
All right, well, we're at risk of being banned. Welcome to a Wednesday night expedited edition of the Ridin Sports Podcast. We just gonna jump into this thing because we gotta hop back out of this thing like a chicken wing. And riding right next to me tonight, I got my boy TJ Rydell of the Pigskin Mafia Podcast.
PNP.
All right, that's enough of that. All right, so I am gonna go ahead and jump right into everything the things that we have been waiting for. King, if you don't have a seat, you might want to sit down for this one because this is a bumpy ride. All right,
or stand up.
So it's a Sunday. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and I pull up to a high school. Well, I can't, y'all want me to say the name of the high school or no?
Yeah, I already put it in the
I pull up to John Paul High School, and it's a beautiful day.
Shout out to the Centurions.
You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful day. 12:15 basketball tournament is going down, you know. I pull up, and my game's supposed to start at 12:15. 12:45. I get there at 12:30, and the game is nowhere near over. It's still in the first half. I go, we're behind. And not only are we 18 minutes at least, we are now 20 minutes because this is 6 minutes to go in the first half. Okay, we are 30 minutes behind off the rip, right? So the day is already starting to drag. So now the game's going along. We get on the court for the first game. Cool. I make some mistakes. Some kids make some mistakes. Hey, we're all even. We're all learning.
We're all human.
Hey, they're middle school basketball players. I'm a middle school level basketball referee. It all works out. You know what I'm saying? It all works itself out. You know what I mean? So, anyway, they're traveling. I'm trying my best to call it. They scoring, game go on. You know what I mean? So, and then I started to notice, like, oh, snap, these are just the Corpus kids. These are San Antonio schools. Okay, cool. But the fans, they're giving both of me and my co-official a hard time, but they like me a lot better than anybody else. And that's crazy because it's my first year and I get that a lot.
Why is that? Is it because that you make them feel comfortable?
No, it's because I know the game, which is why I registered for baseball, realized I knew nothing about the sport and got out. Bro, I went to 2 meetings. They showed me how to. Bro. I was supposed to be a baseball umpire. I'm gonna get back into the story in a minute, but I was supposed to be a baseball umpire. I went to 2 meetings, right? The first meeting, we were at IWA High School in the cafeteria. We're watching videos.
Shit.
We're going over, we didn't even go over rules. They collected money, showed slides, and then they gave us rule books. We didn't crack them bitches open one time. So anyway, they showed 4 judgment whatever calls on the screen, right? Now, in a room full of officials, on a football referee, usually if they have 10 officials and they show whatever infraction, right? 9 officials should have at least one thing, right? There might be one trying to be a smart ass or like the guy that always has to be right, like, nah, I didn't see it, right? But typically, it's usually a majority. We all see the same thing, right?
Right. Bro, absolutely.
There was 30 of us in there. We had 39 different opinions on this thing. And I'm like, okay, so I know how basketball works. I always get outruled. Not the point. So we're at John Paul High School. So the game's going along. We have San Antonio schools versus San Antonio school, right? I'm guessing these girls knew each other because one of the, like, we'll call the team that ended up in the brawl, we'll call them the San Antonio Don't Play That's, right? Because they had a girl on that team that could have been your little sister because she didn't play that. Bro, she got fouled one time and she balled up her fist, looked at the little girl like, what's up, bro? And she did it like 2 times. I had to, like, during mid-play, like, they're running down the court. I'm running down the court. I'm like, hey, coach, get your player under control because she looked a little feisty. They talked to her. She was a breeze the rest of the tournament. Now, keep that in mind because 3 games go by after this moment. Right? So after that game, she was calm. They win, right? They play another, like, they go off the court. 2 other teams come in. They play. Now, the same team's back on the court, right? Now, they play the next 2 games. They play this game. They win. Now, while they're playing the game that they win, right, a team walks in the gym and they're just, like, sitting there. And I go, I know this team from somewhere. And I mean, they have on blue jerseys and they're from, we'll say, Rock Bottom. Like, you've seen SpongeBob, right?
Yeah.
SpongeBob's from Bikini Bottom, and then they got lost in Rock Bottom, couldn't get back on the bus.
That's also a bar I go to.
You know what I mean? So, like,
in this specific place.
I don't understand their accent type shit, right? But anyway, not the point. So the team from Rock Bottom, I realized that's them, and I go, wait a minute. Last time I had this team, they got into a scrap because they were losing. So, bro, I swear to God. So the San Antonio team wins, right? The Don't Play That's, they won their game, and now the Don't Play That's and the Rock Bottoms are on the, like, the Don't Play That's are on. The other teams, like the...
Or the Don't Play That's.
Huh?
Are the Don't Play That's the hood kids and the Rock Bottoms the kids from the valley?
No, so technically...
Because I already know the Rock Bottom, I'm getting Rock Bottom equals kids from the valley.
No.
Think Rock in the first name. Or from around here.
Let's just say...
You can say it after the show, that's fine.
Yeah, let's just say I've had interaction with some kids from Rock Bottom.
Yeah.
You ain't talking about Rock where
Yes.
he's...
Yes.
Hey, let's just say this.
Yes.
Let's just say this. I live there right now.
Already, okay.
Okay.
And that's why I'm late.
That's why he wanted to
And
be
where are
here.
the other kids from?
San Antonio.
Okay. Are they like hood San Antonio?
No, they are.
San Antonio kids?
They are mid, like, they're not the bougiest, but they're not the poor. Like, they're like upper middle class.
They're like, their team is like mixed, like
Yeah,
black,
they got
Mexicans.
black, white girls. Like, they had his sister was on the team about to scrap.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So now,
Shout out to Peyton. Over there at A&M Corpus Christi, scrapping with people.
So dig this. So the San Antonio school's on the court, right? Or the San Antonio team's on the court, and like the team from Rock Bottom's over here. I look at your sister. I swear to God, I'm not lying. I swear to God, I'm not lying. I look at your sister, and then I look at the team. I go, girls, this team right here, I've reffed before. When they start to lose, they want to fight. Right?
Yeah.
So look, and you've played basketball
That's the team
before.
from San Antonio that want to fight, or the team from
The team from Rock Bottom wanted to fight because
when they lose?
Yes, because the team from Rock Bottom, the last time I had them in an AAU game, they almost got to scrapping at the auditorium.
So what does your sister have to do with Rock Bottom?
I'm just making a joke. His sister has nothing. I'm just saying there's a girl on the San Antonio team that was tall, his complexion, his hair, but she was, she was like a Rodell. You know what I mean? So anyway,
She was putting it on.
Bro, I'm about to get there. Bro.
Shout out to my boy Richard. He goes,
Shout out, Richard.
He goes, them kids mid as fuck.
Come on, keep it going.
Anyway, so dig this. So I'm looking at the girls. I'm like, hey, girls, when these girls get down, they like to fight, right? So I look at your sister and I go, so this might be the game for you. I swear to God, I didn't. Y'all know me. I looked her square in the eyes. I go, girls, this team like to fight when they get down. I looked at her. I go, so this might be your game. I'm not playing, bro. I looked her square in the eyes. And I said that. So now, mind you, when I tip the ball off, I get scared that I'm gonna catch an elbow. So like I kind of tip the ball off and run, right? I kind of jump the ball and turn with it, right? So I don't know where the ball goes after that. Like I have to look up and look for my other official, right? Anyway, the game goes on. It is immediately 18-1. Immediately. San Antonio's up 18-1. And I'm like, shit. Now, mind you, we've had a tense gym all day. After one game, my partner blew a call that was so bad, it confused me, right? And there was a ref/dad in the bleachers. I'm getting the ball to get back to the other team. I look up and the parent is talking to him on the, you've been to John Paul. Y'all been to John Paul's gym, right?
I've never been to
Well,
John
they have a little
Paul's
stage,
gym.
right? It's you walk in, bleachers, court, stage, like scores table, stage, whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's my partner is sitting right here. There's a parent talking to him like this, right? Now it's been a tense gym all day, right? So Rock Bottom gets down 18-1 with 8 minutes to go in the first half. It got ugly real fast, right? So one of the girls from Rock Bottom's bringing the ball up the court in her left hand. Right? Left hand, boom. I remember this because I'm across the court at the mid-court line watching her bring the ball up, doing my job. I don't know if I was counting on time because I was like 1, maybe 5, should be 6, maybe, right? And then, so she dribbles the ball up and she doesn't even try and cross her. She just, boom, forearm, right to the chest, right? And I go, oh shit, that's an offensive foul. Beep. Offensive foul. I'm trying to remember my charge signal. First year, excuse me. Beep, for offensive foul. So I'm walking over to the table to report my foul and then get the ball. She takes the ball, bounces it on the floor and hits this little girl in the chest with the ball. Boom, boom.
Uh-oh.
So now you really got to make me do my job. Fuck. Thank you. I didn't want to. Look, because now I gotta figure out who's shooting free throws. I don't want to figure this out. You think I'm going to sit here and figure out who has to shoot free throws, bro? No, right? So I give it a tech, and then all I hear while I'm reporting technical foul 25, Rock Bottom. Before I can turn around, all I hear is, I don't give a fuck about that tech. I beat your ass right now.
Why does she sound like that, first of all?
I don't understand her accent. Anyway, so I hear that. I turn around, I was like, hey, yo, calm down. And then so now she picked on, when she did this to the shortest, she did this to the smallest black girl on the basketball team, and King, this little girl had micro braids.
You don't ever mess with a girl with micro braids.
Bruh, she not only did she have micro braids, there were micro braids from her scalp to behind her knee.
Yeah.
And she was about this tall, and she was real fast.
A little below.
What
me.
age was this? What
This
age group
like
was this?
had to be like, it had to be either 8th or 9th grade. Like between 7th and 9th. Because like at that level, girls basketball is a contact sport. I'm gonna be honest with you.
So it's like 14 under or 15
Yes,
under.
14 under.
14
okay.
U. Bro, so I give the girl the technical foul. Boo. She says, I don't care about no tech. I don't care about no tech. I beat your ass right now. The little black girl said, ooh, sound good.
Hit her with that 1-2.
No. Wait.
Okay.
Getting there. So I go, whoa, calm down. And then the little bro. The girl from Rock Bottom, she said, yeah, that's right. I beat your ass, nigga. Bruh. Bruh. Before she got
Was she black?
No. She was one of his cousins. Bro, she said,
Hey, my cousin.
She said, yeah, I'll beat your ass, nigga. Before she got to the second G, bing, 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 bing. Bro, she started lighting her up, bro. So I'm behind the girl getting lit up. Her, like, they fall to the ground in front of me, And I'm like trying to break it up. I'm looking at them, and then like next thing I know, the teams are fighting. And then I look up, and the parents are coming from the bleachers. And I think to myself, "Oh shit! Wait, hold up! Wait a minute!
Who has video footage of this?
Somebody gotta be there. Somebody gotta be there.
Have this.
Somebody gotta have that.
Hell
But dog, dig this. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, bro. When I was at at the basketball meetings, we had basketball meetings. I went to one, but they gave us very direct instructions on how to do this and do this. And then they gave me a very important lesson. They said, now guys, if they get to fighting, this is what you do. You let their asses fight. You find each other. You go to the scores table and you wait and you do your job and you assess technical facts.
Damn, so hockey rules, huh?
Bro, they gave us, you know why they do that? Because that little $60 that we pay to the state for our insurance, they don't want to have to use that shit, bro. You think they want to take care of us if they get to fighting, bro? No. So yeah, they got into a scrap at John Paul House School, and then shout out to my boy Nurse Joe on TikTok. He puts in the comment section, not in the Lord's house. Bro, that was crazy. So they finally, we break it up, we get everything cleared out.
Not in the Lord's house.
Not in the Lord's house. We get everything cleared out. And then and this is how you know it was crazy. Everybody looked at number 16, your little sister, and said, "Oh my God, we so surprised it wasn't you." And I said, "Nigga, me too." Bruh. And then the crazy part was everybody on the team was, yeah, she really picked the wrong one on the team to really mess with. Everybody was like, yeah, she shouldn't have messed with Coco. Coco put no hands on her. I don't even know if the little girl's name was Coco or her name. I'm just calling her Coco for the story. But yeah, so they said, yeah, don't play with Coco. Coco sat through the micro braids. Like Coco was on her head, bro. Like she said, I beat your head, mink, 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 mink. But anyway, speaking of basketball, y'all got anything? Y'all got any questions about that story, bro? That shit was crazy.
Well, my first question is
what's up?
Is Coco's hands okay? Because she must have.
I don't know.
Man,
I
they
think
lucky that wasn't a UIL game.
bro, they would have been done for the year. They would have been done for like.
That happened to them girls at Moody.
You know what's crazy to me? Like before we get into like the Final Four and stuff, I saw something in. I think it was a couple of years back. I actually talked to the kid and his parent. His mom actually recorded it. She was recording him trying to make a play or whatever. He was playing middle linebacker. And the craziest shit, on a serious note, this was crazy. I've never seen this happen before. And you know this as well as anybody. As an official, you have to keep your composure no matter what the kids say. Well, this is in Dallas. It was Whitney and somebody else. I couldn't remember. It was a green team. If anybody remembers, I don't remember this team. But anyway, it was Whitney playing against somebody, and this kid from Whitney, he was playing middle linebacker. I guess he was talking shit all night. I actually talked to another kid from that team talking about the kid. Well, this official behind him got bumped into, right? Which is normal. Everybody gets bumped into in a football game. Tell me why this official grabbed this kid's face mask, ripped off the helmet off his head, and slung it. There's video of this shit.
And that's because right when I was in the middle of the scrap, like one of the little girls looked at me and like almost threw a punch. I'm like, yeah, I'm not fighting no little. No, let me get the fuck out of here. Where's my co-official? And then we're standing there next to each other. I go, game over. He goes, bro, I swear it was like an episode of King of the Hill.
Yeah.
I go, game over. Nigga looked at me like, Hank, yep. I say,
yep.
I go, and then the craziest part, bro, guess who was in the building? The John Paul athletic director.
Oh, shit.
He said, everybody out. I said, tournament over? My co-official.
Who's the John Paul athletic director? The Daniel Marshall?
Ramirez. I think it's Ramirez.
Already.
Yeah, Brenda doesn't do like the small.
No, she's just
corpus.
She's they're in the diocese. But yeah, man, it got real ratchet. And
oh God, Richard.
that was crazy, bro. But But on the plus side, we had so before we get into it, why do college basketball rims make that weird dink off the rim no matter what happens?
Oh, I have no idea.
Why is that? Is that on purpose? Like NBA rims don't do that. High school rims don't do that. That trash rim down the street from my house don't do that. Like, why do college basketball rims?
Not even at the carnival. Well, you know what? Actually, no, it does make that sound. Are those the carnival rims? Are those the carnival rims?
And you know what's even crazier, bro? Like when the ball. Oh shit, we're getting into conspiracy.
Here we go.
When you shoot when you see the ball shot in college basketball, it like how the basketballs in the NBA, like they'll bounce and like they'll move around in the air or whatever. Those bitches always go boing straight up and then boop right back in.
It's the craziest shit.
Like, it's crazy. Anyway, so we got a little bit of time today. So for the first time in college or second time in collegiate basketball, we have all four.
Which I got
number
right.
one seeds.
Which I got right, by the way.
Well, that's a tough one to pick.
Yeah. I mean, with NIL and transfer portal nowadays, it's...
Hey, the overdog's back on top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got it right in college basketball.
You got Duke, you got Auburn, Florida.
Right here. Where you go?
And H-Town.
You see the hat. You see the hat. You see it.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, so who do you got? He said he had to wear his helmet backwards ever since. That's funny.
Jesus Christ, Richard. Not on this show. So I did the tournament bracket thing, and I'm at a 94.3% accuracy right now.
And you did this on ESPN with money on the line?
No, I wish.
What kind of white person are? I thought you did the gambling thing.
I do, but just on spreads and points and whatnot.
So the one thing you don't gamble on, you would have won on. That's usually how it goes.
Well, I don't trust myself with tournament
You know what's
brackets.
crazy? I don't trust myself betting on my Philadelphia Eagles, so I understand it.
No, I completely understand. Like I wouldn't even dare bet on a Cowboys playoff appearance. So I'm just gonna say that. Now.
I'm gonna leave you alone. I promised my buddies I would leave the Cowboys alone. So
no, you have it.
But
right.
Since we have a limited amount of time, there's one thing that I really, really want to get into before we get out of here. Jerry Jones. But I think you know where I'm going, and I got to make
geriatric fuck Jerry.
There you go. There's that red face I was looking for. Jerry Jones says
go on
that signing Micah Parsons isn't a priority, right? And then
it's not.
Then goes on to say what did he say about his agent? Because I'm sure you got the quote.
The what?
He says. Oh, I took a screenshot of it.
You got it.
He says that. Let's see. Did I get the picture? Well, long story short, he just says that he's not worried about Micah's agent extending Micah's not a priority. This is what I say. Regardless of. But wait, because I'm gonna let you go, and then I'm gonna give you the Skip Bayless and Stephen A. second choice because I know I'm gonna take the little bite and then I'm gonna give you the rest of the plate. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
So for me, when it comes, it's not even about the talent, right?
Yeah.
It's about setting the foundation for the next line of talent that you bring in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, do we want to pay Micah Parsons? Absolutely not, because I don't think y'all are gonna win with him. But I think that a happy Micah Parsons that you can move later down the line sets the stage for that Herschel Walker trade that y'all made years ago.
And that's what I'm afraid of. That Herschel Walker trade ain't going to happen.
Never, ever again.
Well, if we try to trade Micah, it's not going to be for the next great
teams
Cowboy.
Ain't giving away players like they was like that.
And let's talk about.
I think it's more about compensation because they'll move players nowadays.
You gotta remember that. If I'm not mistaken, Herschel Walker was on like a horrible, he was getting the good end of a horrible deal from the Vikings.
Let's be real. That trade kind of helped the Vikings out too.
Yeah.
In the sense, but what I'm about to say is that whole happy Micah Parsons thing. Let's be real.
That doesn't exist.
The more money they make, the worse they play. Look at Dak Prescott right now.
Hey, man, that man's dropped 35 pounds. That contract got that boy working hard.
And then gets injured.
I hate it.
And then
that's also why he's working hard. But here's my thing on Dak. Like, so as a personal trainer, right, when I start seeing athletes have soft tissue injuries, and they're starting to get older, like LeBron James right now, if history keeps showing that late in the season, he keeps pulling a groin. He keep come late February, early March, he's gonna pull a groin.
Right.
Dak on the same leg has broken his calf and pulled his hamstring off the bone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
look, let me just make this clear for everybody, because I bash Dak Prescott a lot. I don't hate Dak. I think he was better when he was more mobile. He's not as mobile anymore because of that knee injury, first of all. And let's just face it, he hit his ceiling now that he's been injured. I think that we could set up for the future by drafting a backup QB, but we
honestly,
but we
I say
don't
draft one right now. Like I say, because this is
what round?
I would say
first.
No.
Bro,
this is like the worst QB draft class. Like, let's be honest. Are we really excited about Cam Ward this season? Like,
bro, I
don't
see it.
They could take Quinn Ewers in the third.
Like,
if he sticks around, he probably don't stick around until probably the middle of the second.
Yeah.
He's gone.
Yeah, I think he's an early mid second rounder. I think
Somebody
Jackson
could get
Dart
desperate and take him in the first shit.
I mean that's happened before with Green Bay and Trey Lance, Jordan Love.
I mean, San Francisco did get desperate when they traded up and drafted Trey Lance.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean? But I do have a question though. Do y'all think it's kind of funny and odd that around the same time another Manning is getting ready to come out, that Indianapolis, New Orleans, and the Giants are all mysteriously bad teams, and all three don't have quarterbacks of the future? Like think about it. When you look at the Giants, who's their quarterback for the next 5 years?
What is Mr. Invincible?
You know what I mean? Mr. Unlimited.
No, they don't have a
Mr.
quarterback for 5
Unlimited.
years. They signed Jameis to a 1 year deal, and they signed
Russell
to a 1 year deal.
So who are their quarterbacks for the next 5 years?
They don't have a plan.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then look at the Saints. Who do they have?
Spencer Rattler and
David
Carr.
Do they have Carr?
Derek Carr.
They can have Derek they can have David Carr. They can have Derek Carr. They can have Lightning McQueen.
Let's be real.
Lakers in 5.
No matter what, this QB draft class is one of the worst in quite some time. And also,
I don't think
this has been the worst offseason. I swear to God, like,
Myles Garrett ruined the offseason by signing back with the Browns.
Yeah, I agree.
Bro, you were the offseason. Like, bro, because all the big dominoes have they all fell last year.
The most exciting piece of the offseason was ruined. Thank you, Myles Garrett.
Everybody was like, is he going to Washington? Because it was supposed to be an arms race between Philadelphia and Washington over Myles Garrett.
Yes.
And, bro, he did that. You know what that's like? That's like they're saying, hey, we about to drop another motherfucking Batman. And guess what? We going to show you Harley Quinn's boobies. And they don't show you the boobies. They still give you the movie, you know what I'm saying? That's the season, you know what I'm saying? But we went for nothing.
Now let's take it from a white person's perspective that lived out in the country.
Hey, I lived out in the country too. Ask King about my music selection.
All right, so this is a white person that grew up in a podunk town's perspective that listened to Kid Rock his entire life. This is like Kid Rock promising you that.
You mean the Secretary of State? Kid Rock?
Yes. I'm going to say that right now. Yes. This is like Kid Rock promising you that he'll show you Pamela Anderson's photos. It shows you
he can't
some other broad that nobody knows.
First of all, he can't sell me anything that we all got on LimeWire for free.
I agree with that.
Come on, dog.
I concur.
Hey, bro, come on now.
But a little bit of breaking news. UFL is expanding to 10 teams.
Where are they going?
That's a good question.
I would say Corpus, but here's the thing. I think that if we do a team in Corpus, it wouldn't take off.
It wouldn't. Like this is.
I don't think it would get
I'll be
supported.
honest. This is kind of not. This is not a football town.
No, absolutely not.
This is more like basketball. And
It's a
Baseball.
baseball.
it's
more.
it's a skill sports city. It's not a power sports city.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a couple of power lifters. We have a couple of people that can do like the
Ingolstad's
discus.
got some power lifters.
You know what I mean?
too.
We have
Yeah.
like people that can do shot put and discus, but like we don't have like those 303. We don't have those 6'5", 300 pound
look at the
sophomores.
Look at the attendance for the Tritons right now. Let's be real about that for a second. The Tritons' attendance is atrocious. I would say the Roughnecks have a better attendance, and they're a shitty football team. Meanwhile, the Tritons are 2-0.
Preach on it.
Like, why do we have arena football teams? Every other year for Corpus, when Corpus doesn't show out for those guys.
Yeah.
Like these guys are coming to Corpus to play football and get paid, of course, but
It's still something that the city has that it can stand up for. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and it's not like it's not like a first year thing. I think the main thing is like people are like waiting for it to dissolve, which is the weird thing because you not showing up is exactly why it's gonna dissolve.
yeah, and
You know what I mean?
same
And then,
thing
like-
with the Fury. Remember the Corpus Christi Fury?
Yeah.
They
The
ended
Fury,
up locking them
they-
out the damn American Bank Center, if I ain't mistaken, right? That's what happened. They had a game and they got locked out the American Bank Center.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, and I used to say this all the time about Waco. Like, how come Waco doesn't have a semi-pro football team? Like, the closest thing we had was the Syntex Barracudas, but that was like back in the day when the Corpus Christi Hammerheads were around.
That was long time ago, bro.
So, like town or cities like Corpus and Waco got to step it up with the attendance. And I'm not talking about,
But
I'm not talking about the high school level. I'm more or less talking about like the semi-professional route.
So, and I think
Arena football, because that's what
and-
we play here, arena football.
Yeah.
And I think the thing is, it's not even like a football or base. It's not a sport thing, right? It's a city ID thing, right? Because
Like a city culture.
yeah, because like
Yeah.
the one thing that I've learned about Corpus is like Corpus doesn't really support Corpus. Corpus, if like you're out, if oh my, like bro, dude, that I live in Corpus, but I'm from San Antonio. Or like, if like, bro, that place is like that place.
I feel
in Houston,
opposite about
you know what I mean?
that, though. I feel opposite because I feel like if the Islanders recruited players from Corpus, they would have
Yeah.
more attendance at their games.
True, and
so
I
I
think
feel
that's
like
another thing,
Corpus
too.
does support
I feel
Corpus
like
when it
that's-
comes to sports. Maybe
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
other shit, but when it comes to sports, Corpus does support Corpus unless it's like a high school and it's just like you're just gonna have like your haters like vets playing for state. You just have
Yeah.
people here who just wanted to see vets lose
Yeah.
just so they could say they didn't win type shit. But I was like, whenever shout out Tyrann Mitchell from Ray High School. Whenever
Yeah.
he was at Texas A&M Corpus Christi, man, whenever they played in the March Madness, man, I was in the county and we was glued to the TV watching that. You know what I'm saying? Them versus Wisconsin.
What year was that? I forgot.
07.
Yeah,
2007
is he still
March
in the
Madness.
city?
They almost, huh?
Is he still in the city?
I think he's like in San Antonio now, but he was literally went to high school here. Went to
I
middle
was in
school
Waco
here.
when that happened.
Yeah, he went to.
Like-
he grew up in north side of Corpus, and then went to high school at Ray High School, and ended up getting a scholarship to go to
That was
NMCC.
back when Ray was pretty
Yeah,
good.
whenever they went to state and they played for a
Yeah.
state championship. Yeah, 2003.
Well, we still got a little bit of time. I do have a question for you because I just thought
Awesome.
about it right now. And you're major college football, high school football guy. How do you feel about the lack of spring games at the collegiate level?
Oh man, I personally don't like it because it gives access to the fans, but I understand why they took. Some teams got rid of the spring game, and then what people don't realize what Coach Fran Brown from Syracuse and Coach Prime over at Colorado tried to do was have like a joint thing for the spring game.
Like a joint practice like
And
the
then-
NFL has?
Yeah. But everybody has been trying to propose that for years and years and decades and damn near half a century with the NCAA, non-carrying assholes of America. Well, guess what? They denied that. So I also heard about Mike Gundy's proposal about Oklahoma State and Oklahoma facing each other in the spring game too, and I'm like, I get where he's coming from, but it's stupid because that's a rivalry.
Yeah, that's a game. Like, you can't.
It would be okay if Oklahoma State had a joint practice with Tulsa. I'd be fine with that.
Yeah, that's cool. But you can't have freaking Ingleside or like you can't have like.
You can't have
Vets and Miller scrimmage each other.
No, you can't. What I mean? You can't have Sitton and Ingleside scrimmage.
You can't have that scrimmage because like. That's like, bro, I don't like you. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna hit your quarterback. There's no, like, he's not wearing a red jersey.
I hate your fucking guts.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's the deal. Like, same thing in the collegiate level. I would not.
You can't scrimmage Auburn and Alabama.
No, you can't scrimmage Texas A&M, Texas, Oklahoma.
You can't scrimmage any of the Big Five Texas schools. You can't scrimmage Texas versus any of these schools. You can't do Texas, Baylor, Tech, A&M, Houston. You can probably Houston.
I would say Houston. Rice would be a good one.
Rice is a good one, but
Texas State.
But like when you think Texas State, Rice, you don't think of like the upper echelon.
No,
you know what I mean, like
you're
not
talking
the big
more or
boys.
less. You're talking more or less like either small division or smaller Power 5 or
like you were saying, like you're
I'm
Texas,
thinking like Texas State.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like that's okay, but like you can't do like Texas versus LSU, and this is gonna be a scrimmage.
Yeah, hell no.
You know what I mean, there's way too much money involved and money lost in that game. Like
I do like the idea that Colorado scrimmaging. Like I like cross country scrimmaging too. Like Syracuse and Colorado.
Yeah, if they're not gonna play and they're not like have like a historic rivalry situation going on, cool, go for it. Like you can do like UCLA versus Florida as a scrimmage.
That would be good.
You know what I mean?
USC versus Nebraska.
That's the same conference now.
Yeah, that's in conference now.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Like a USC versus USC and North Texas.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Like instead of
speaking
and then like another thing that could lead to, right? Dig this. We all have like every weekend when we watch a Alabama versus Mercer, we go, why are we watching this game? Instead of having that game like week 1 where this team's gonna get obliterated just for the check, have them fly out to Jordan Hare or like Jordan Hare, Bryant Denny, take their ass whooping in the spring, get paid for it, and then use that, and then have your just use that game that you would use in the season as a bye week.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You don't have a bye week like the NFL doesn't have a bye week until week 5.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what I mean? So like make it the same situation. Like if you have your week 0 game, you get your first bye week 4. You know what I mean? If you don't, you play week 1 through 5, and then you get your bye weeks.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, when I saw what Mike Gundy said, I like the idea, but I hate the rivalry aspect of what he was trying to bring back, the reasoning behind bringing back Bedlam. Yeah. I was like, no, play fucking Bedlam in the regular season.
Well, then bring your keister to the SEC.
That's what I said.
Swap with Vandy. We'll tell you what. They're in the Big 12?
Yeah.
Nah, they don't have a defense for it. Like they can stay there. They can still take Vandy though.
Well,
Pavi's good. I hate Pavi.
No, I would replace A&M because they're garbage.
First of all, stop just hating on A&M for no reason. And before we get out of here,
wait. I don't hate A&M. Let's just clarify.
Ah, shit. Here it is. Say it.
I pity them.
You're funny.
But no, in all honesty, I just think the spring games going away is kind of hurting the aspect of what traditional college football is. But it's a new thing going on, especially with Texas's reasoning is different from Nebraska. Nebraska was worried about tampering.
And see, that was and that's what I told King. I was like, I personally feel that it's more of with the transfer portal being so wide and so open.
And I got a question for the NCAA too. Why do you have the transfer? And this goes as well as basketball and baseball and every sport.
I know what you're about.
Why in the fuck do you have the transfer portal open right before the playoff? You get a guy in Malik Murphy transferring right before the playoff game against Washington. You never know if Quinn Ewers is going to go down.
Facts.
I mean, I understand Arch is back there, but he wasn't ready for that moment. But then you get to today's tournament, the transfer portal just opened like last week or a week ago or two, and not even 13 minutes the portal opened. This kid from Vanderbilt, 13 minutes after the game was over,
I saw that.
Fucking transferred.
Did they win?
Or he transferred into the portal.
He transferred into the portal 13 minutes after he lost. He lost and went. And also, this fucking thing about the Amir Khan kid. I already said my piece about it, but I'm going to say this again. So we're going to fucking sit there, give a guy $100,000 and let him enter the transfer portal. This is what happened. He is the first fucking team manager to get an NIL deal. Let's make that clear.
He's the first non-athlete to transfer.
And the first non-fucking athlete
like, let that sink in. He is.
Man, he's definitely not the first non-athlete to transfer. He's the first non-athlete to have a publicized transfer. People transfer from schools all day.
No. There's
to enter the transfer portal.
Somebody finna get dropped out. Somebody finna get kicked out of NMCC next week and have to be at Delmar.
Yes, that's a transfer, right? That is definitely a transfer. But this is the first time that we have taken the athletic NIL transfer portal and said, hey, you student athlete who contributes zero statistics besides one towel a game. Yeah, he does a lot of shit.
No, this is what he does. And I'm going to stand up for this shit. This is what he does.
They can't hear you on the microphone if you stand up. And they can't see
I'm
you.
loud enough. They
can't even see you on the screen. You got to get over.
Fucking wobble body.
Wobble body.
This fat wobble body.
Fat wobble body is crazy work.
Carries a fucking radio for McNeese State and gets paid $100K for it, which I'm not blaming the kid. I'm blaming the system, by the way. Carries a fucking radio. I don't know what he fucking listens to, Big X the Plug or fucking That Mexican OT, because they live in Lake Charles, Louisiana, and they don't have fucking shit else but a fucking old-ass bridge that nobody likes.
McNeese State is.
And fucking... walk his fat fucking ass to the fucking court, and people just love that shit. I mean, I don't know. I blame the system. Let's just keep it real.
Oh, man. You got it all out of your system?
Yeah.
Bro, that's hilarious. All right. Gang, you got anything before we get out of here?
Fucking fat wobble body fuck.
Well, since you're... Compress, decompress. Okay, you good?
I'm a hater.
You good?
But I'm talking about the system, Marcus. Marcus, I'm talking about the system, not the kid. Let's make that clear. I hate the system. Good for the kid. He's making $100K. He's getting paid more than some of these folks out here in the oil field.
He's getting paid
good
more
for him. Good for him.
But to answer your question, your first question of why, and this is the answer they're going to give you, and it's
it's going to be politically correct.
It's so politically correct. If you notice the time of the transfer portal opening, it's the same time the academic calendar's open.
And
but if you say you have to sit out a year, they'll stop transferring so fast.
Oh yeah,
that's the problem.
It's
the immediate ability to play. But anyway, we out.
Yep.
We good. We'll pick this up next week. And next time, your ass is doing virtual.
Yes.
We good. All right. We love y'all. Peace.
Love it.